What you are saying is it will be bad if Arsenal win the title this season. Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Yahoo Footballing Weekly with me, author and Yahoo columnist Neil Humphreys.
And Yahoo editor Chia Keong. And we have back with us Raymond.
Hello, I'm Raymond.
Manchester United fan, obviously.
Man United fan for 28
Wow,
years.
very happy, happy this
How are
week.
you at the moment, man? Happy balls? How you feeling?
As long as United is in the top 4 this season, I think it's a bonus.
Well, we're going to get stuck into Manchester United, and we've got many of your comments to get through as well, so thank you for that. Please keep them coming in. But let's start with his mob, Manchester United. What a difference 4 months makes.
Yeah, the last time you came to our show, they've just lost to Brighton 4-0.
He was crying.
He was
We had to wipe his tears
wearing
off the
black
table.
shirt.
Morning, yeah.
He was wearing black shirt, and then he was saying,
Now
beyond
she's
hope
done.
lah. Now I'm the one wearing black shirt. And you are the one wearing the jersey, proud Man United fan after they beaten Man City 2-1.
4-0, I think, Brentford, right? We had him
yeah,
on.
well,
4-0.
4-0.
Brentford, yes, not
Brentford.
Brighton.
Brentford, you lost 4-0.
As
Now-
well as Brighton, also about, I think 4 goals. So,
Yeah. Right, come on, Raymond. Eric Ten Hag, what's he doing? Why are you boys so happy?
I think he boosts the morale in the dressing room and make them... because maybe due to Ronaldo's absence, which make the unpleasantness in the... So, they're doing quite well now. So,
Do you think what do you think you watched this team this season, and then you watched last season under Solskjaer or under Rangnick? How do you feel
it's
watching
just
that?
7
How do you-
games win in a row, so I'm happy with that. But we are still too early to talk about this consistency.
Come on, you sound like one of the Man U players. Oh, 1 game at a time, 3 points is all that matters.
Come on, you're 1 point behind Man City. If you beat Arsenal this weekend, I tell you, everybody said you're going for the title already. Do you think y'all can got a chance or not?
Yeah, we have a chance because it's just 9 points apart, and I think we are still half of a season away. 9 points is actually easy to catch up.
Well, Gary Neville has predicted this week that Manchester United will finish above Arsenal, but still not win the title.
Yeah,
He thinks
is
Man
it-
City 1, Man United 2, and then Arsenal 3. What do you think about that?
I think probably 3rd place. I don't think 1st or 2nd place. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's absolutely extraordinary. That was it wasn't a great derby from a technical standpoint. It was pretty crap.
It contains one of the strangest non-offside decisions ever.
It was weird because when I first saw it, I thought, that's offside, surely, right? And it has to be
Okay,
offside.
to be honest, I think there's an offside.
Even Ten Hag said it was offside.
I mean, okay, if you want to say it doesn't obstruct the play, it doesn't go with the full play. It's like he's shielding the ball from the defender, and then for Bruno Fernandes to run in to score.
But I will say it was karmic gods smiling on me. It was deserved. Man U,
for
I thought,
sure.
were the better side. Ten Hag, I mean, the revolution at that place is extraordinary. Like you said, 4-0, you lost to Brentford the last time you were on. But it's not just a string of results. He's really changing the ethos of that club. If you'd have said to me at the start of the season that he would play Luke Shaw, who at the time couldn't even get into the team in his own position at left back, is going to play centre back and effectively man-mark Haaland and keep out Lindelof, Maguire, Martinez, and not only stay in that position, but did a fantastic job on Haaland. You cannot say that Ten Hag is not coaching his players to make them better. That's what Guardiola does, that's what Klopp does, and that's what Ten Hag is doing. He is coaching his players to be better. That's the difference.
I remember hearing this story, which I think is very significant. Following that Brentford loss, I think 4-0 or somewhere after that, he called the players
Yeah.
back to the team
Correct.
for. You think, they're gonna get some really tough punishment because they flopped at the Brentford game. He said, okay, Brentford ran more than y'all.
Yeah.
How many kilometers? We're gonna run how many kilometers
Correct.
more?
Do you remember that? I
Yeah,
think it was
yes,
like
yes.
12, 13
Yeah.
kilometres or
And
something.
here's the thing. He ran with the players.
Yeah.
He ran like, well, then the real players might be thinking, oh yeah, I'm doing it, and then you're just standing there watching us suffer. No, he suffered with the players. And I think from then onwards, I think the season changed a bit, started to improve from then on.
Didn't they play Liverpool not long after that?
Yeah, and then they beat them.
and they outran
beat them.
Liverpool,
Yeah,
didn't
that's
they?
right,
And
that's
that felt like a real
That,
turning
that
point.
felt like a turning point. I think the players I think they know that, well, here is a coach who cares for us, who will suffer with us, and who will bring us to something better than what they had before. I think from then on they bought his
Yeah,
philosophy.
I agree. What players do you think have improved under Ten Hag?
Rashford,
Yeah, fantastic.
Fernandez, maybe at the later part of the season. Yeah.
But you know, all the young
Not
players.
many actually.
But you
I
got the
still-
young players like the Garnacho.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
You set up the
set up the second goal
for Rashford.
It's been like 19 years old and he's doing superbly. I actually saw him during my Madrid
We need more youngsters
assignment.
with
He
all
was
the
training at
Yeah.
our Madrid place. No, so anyway, yeah, and no, the central midfield Fred is like, well, reborn. Luke Shaw reborn. Aaron Wan-Bissaka reborn.
Yeah. Like I say, the best coaches in the EPL make the best players even better. Fred was a joke a year ago. If I was writing a column about Man U and I wanted an easy punchline, an easy laugh,
Fred.
just make fun of Fred. All right, just take on Fred, no problem. Against Manchester City, against arguably the best player in recent seasons, Kevin De Bruyne, he picks Fred to do a man-marking job on De Bruyne, followed him everywhere like a limpet, like a leech, and he was magnificent. It was absolutely magnificent. Kevin De Bruyne didn't hardly get a kick. And if you noticed, De Bruyne had to keep dropping deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper to get possession. So he puts Fred on De Bruyne, he put Shaw on Haaland, and it suddenly became quite easy to nullify Manchester City. That's all down to Ten Hag.
And that now Man City have a problem because people that watch Man U, how they deal with Man City, they think, well, we can do it too.
Yeah.
And Man City, if they don't somehow make their play even faster, get the through balls into Haaland quicker.
Yeah, I agree.
And if they just keep on passing like they used to, like keep possession and pass until they find a hole. If they keep doing that, I think they have a problem. They have a problem even keeping up with Arsenal or Man U.
Yeah, he was anonymous. Was you surprised at how bad Haaland was?
I'm not really surprised. I think it's the whole team. The whole team is bad enough.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Haaland was, I said it on this podcast last week, but I was only half joking. I didn't want to shoot my load too soon because I've actually had this theory for a while now that I said Haaland and Manchester City might have a touch of the Ronaldos, and I'm really starting to believe that now because once you nullify Haaland in and around the box, they've changed their playing setup to accommodate Haaland. But if you can't get the ball to him and he hardly got any touches, they've got nothing else, which is why De Bruyne was pulling back, Silva was all over the place. They've lost their shape.
Yeah, they need to really pass quicker to him because he runs past the opponent quicker. But if they just pass it around, I don't think they can.
They have to change a different style of play.
That's because of Haaland.
Yeah.
And I think eventually they might figure it out. But right now, I mean, at the start they thought, wow, solve the problem. Haaland just scores. And now I think teams are already starting to figure out how to cut the supply line off to Haaland.
Yeah.
And I think right now they need to adapt quickly. They need to either find a way to get Haaland the ball quicker. He only got 19 touches of the ball against United. Or they got to revert back, might even drop Haaland just to get back to their old groove. And then maybe put in Haaland somewhere later or something like
But
that.
you're right, though. There was a couple of times picked out where Haaland's screaming for the ball and it doesn't come in quick enough.
Yeah.
They go left, they go right, which is actually the old Manchester City way of playing.
Exactly.
But he made some good runs. The runs were there.
Yeah.
And with all due respect to Shaw and Varane, yes, they played fantastically well, but there were at least 3 or 4 occasions where Haaland, who's got that Scandinavian Viking instinct to kill people, he made that run. He got behind the defenders. He's screaming for the ball, and it had to be released. It had to be released on the spot.
Yes.
And then they went to the flank, they went to the left, they went to the right, and it all fell away again. So you're spot on. I couldn't agree with you more on that. He was making the runs.
Yep.
He just wasn't being picked out. I mean, Shaw and Varane, yes, they were terrific, but I think the setup that Manchester City had, and they didn't really change it either in the second half, made it a bit easier for them.
Yep. And to be fair to them, they took the lead. So
Yeah.
But they didn't expect the offside decision.
Yeah.
I'm
But that
still
was
sore about
deserved
that.
because even the goal, yes, it should have been chalked off, but the run was great, the setup was good,
All
the,
good.
the counter-attacking was there.
Second goal was also great.
Very, very. But the interesting thing I wanted to say about Manchester United is what not only is Ten Hag making players better, he is adapting his formations and his lineups week on week. So when they played, I think it was it Brighton they played before that? No, Bournemouth. They had 18 shots on goal. They were relentless in the pressing because it was a different opponent. Then they play Manchester City, completely opposite.
Sat back a bit.
We'll give you the possession. We don't care. We're not scared anymore. I've got Fred on De Bruyne. I've got Shaw on Haaland. You can have the ball. We're confident enough that you won't damage
And
us.
they have Rashford to make the counter attack fast
Great.
counter attack. Yeah.
And it only slowed down when he got that slight knock.
Yeah.
But then he recovered in the second half and they improved again. But that was the only period when they fell behind because they couldn't release Rashford and it was getting a bit stale. Who's been the players that's impressed you under Ten Hag?
Who's the players? I'll still stick to Rashford.
What is it about him you like?
Or maybe, like just now I said, Bruno Fernandes. But Bruno Fernandes was a flop like in the early season or last season. And these few games he really did quite well, although missed a few chances or this.
So, win the title this year? Or?
No. Top four.
Come on, our top four. We want top four.
four, please.
They just took Manchester City apart. They've beaten Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
They've beaten all the big boys.
Beat Arsenal, right?
Which have they beaten Arsenal?
The last game, did they beat Arsenal?
No.
No, draw.
Well, they've beaten,
Whatever,
they've beaten most of the big teams. I mean, they've beaten Liverpool, but you're not a big team anymore. So they've beaten most of the big sides. I don't see why top three should be
Yeah.
a plausible ambition
I think
for
it's
them.
definitely doable.
And I think I don't care. So, what do you think, though? More importantly, where will Manchester United finish? Can they make top four? Can they win the title? Will it make Raymond's crack a smile? Let us know. Send all your comments and predictions to
Yahoo Southeast Asia on YouTube, Yahoo SG, Yahoo_M1 on Twitter, and Yahoo SEA on TikTok.
Now, here comes that regular part of the show where he gets out his violin and starts crying. What a difference a season makes. Part 1, Liverpool, also known as rubbish, also known as what a spectacular decline. What's going on?
Spectacular decline is putting it mildly, I tell you. I mean, I think no Liverpool fans thought that the decline would be so sharp. I mean, we thought that after winning our title in 2020, and
He
then
can't even remember. He's only got one. He's only got one.
Yeah.
and then we thought, wow, we might press on and become really a dominant side. But the fall has been so steep, and we are not. The fans are absolutely upset over it, and everybody has pinpointed one place which really hurt us, and that's our midfield. I think it was also symbolic that Jurgen Klopp substituted the entire midfield during the Brighton loss. I think it's a sign that he's almost giving up on protecting that trio, Fabinho, Henderson, and Thiago. I think they have shown time and again that they are unable to keep up with his high intensity strategy, either because they are burnout or they just couldn't cope with all. They're not offering any protection for the back, and then not offering anything for the front forwards. I think they need a massive change, massive boost in the midfield.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen that stat, right, that across 17 league games this season, they've conceded 51 big chances to opposition.
Yep.
The only teams with the worst record are Leeds and Fulham.
That's
the third
terrible.
worst team in the English Premier League for conceding chances is Liverpool.
How do you contend for top honours like that? When you are repeatedly letting the team score first, the opponent score first.
And that's the concern, right? Because we mentioned Ten Hag before, your mob, and his willingness or ability to adapt. Klopp is still persevering with the Gegen pressing, the pressing, assuming that if they lose possession, which all teams do, he's got the midfield and the defence to back him up. He doesn't have that anymore, which is why they're conceding so many chances. And your point is true. The symbolism was undeniable. Watching Henderson, great for the club, won every single trophy, coming off, what is he, 32 now?
Yep.
Fabinho coming off 29.
29.
It felt like the beginning of the end of their era.
I'm sure Klopp feels it too. And he's come out in the recent press conference, saying that I'm not too loyal. I may be loyal, but I'm not too loyal. He's already too loyal.
Yeah.
For a lot of fans, they feel that he's already too loyal. But I don't think the fans will want to ask him call for his head yet. I think he has too much goodwill among the fans. They're actually sympathizing with him. They are, because he went and said sorry to the away fans, and then the fans are all, everybody feels for him. They are more angrier towards the players, and most of all the owners for not rejuvenating the side, when I think their belief is Jurgen Klopp sees that they need to be rejuvenated, but the owners are not putting in enough money to, which is a bit. I mean, I personally feel that it's a bit unfair to the owners, because
Really?
yeah, I do, because the owners had brought the team from how bad it was.
Yes, true.
Yes. I mean, they might have some missteps. They might have said, we can invest on Jude Bellingham in the summer. The team is still going to be as good, and then the team is flopped right in this season. But I don't think, in general, I don't think they have been a bad owner. Bad owners. I think.
Not as bad as United's.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you about
that's
that.
one thing, or not as bad as the Chelsea's one. Yeah, so I mean, I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt to them. I know a lot of fans don't, but still, I think we should. This is the time for the team to maybe band themselves together and try to get themselves out of this fix.
Well, this is the one time where I might slightly disagree with you and curry favour with the angry Liverpool Reds.
Go ahead.
Reds, the angry ones, this might be the one time I agree with the most vehement supporters. I think the owners are culpable here. I think that was a wasted summer. Klopp and the players deserve tremendous credit, and the fans, for lifting that club to the brink of winning 4 trophies with a squad that was clearly inferior to Manchester City's. To even get that close in all 4 tournaments was extraordinary. That was the moment when Fenway Sports Group should have said, thank you, you've overachieved on limited resources. This is the moment when we invest in you. They didn't do it. And I thought that was the first time that the American owners almost gave their own players and their own manager a bit of a slap in the face. Because what the coach and the players and the fans have done on a limited budget in 4 or 5 years has been absolutely extraordinary. And that was the moment for the owners to reinvest.
And that could be the moment that the things that their 4 and 5 years of overachievement suddenly goes down the drain.
And I agree with your points. They came in after the, what are they called, Hicks and Gillette era, which was terrible. The club had no money. They've invested in the squad. They've invested in the stadium. They've invested in the community. Nobody doubts any of that. But the fact remains, they didn't invest as much as Manchester United or City or Chelsea or even Newcastle.
Or even Arsenal, for that matter.
Right, in the last season or 2. And yet, even then, despite all of that, look what Klopp did. Look what the squad did. And look what the fans did. The 12th man, lifting them to the next level. That was the moment when the Fenway Sports Group should have spent, but they pulled back. And we know why, because they're thinking of selling.
True. Okay, that's true. And then there have been talks about Qatar coming in. So we wait with bated breath. But like I said, how should I put it? Yes, they've made some errors, but again, if the fans are calling for the ouster of the owners, then I might say, do you all have better options or not?
No, that's true. That is true. You know, better the devil you know.
So yes, that's exactly, better the devil you know. And so I have my reservation on ousting the owners.
Yeah,
Without
I get it. Yeah, I don't want them ousted. I just think they should spend more money.
Yeah, but I think they've made several missteps as well.
Better the devil you know. Speaking of devils and terrible owners, the Glazers, you've had experiences with bad owners or owners that don't seem that interested other than the money. What do you think about Liverpool?
Yeah. How did the new fans feel about Liverpool?
Liverpool is just at the beginning step, so we can't compare to the Glazers. The Glazers is like we have been there for like 10 years or maybe more. So
But the fans have.
there's still hope for Liverpool to recover at the moment. Lah.
But do the fans, the Man U fans, are happy that Liverpool is suffering, or they
course
feel
we're
like
happy.
or sympathize because you're the same
Yeah, of
boat.
course we are happy, but we're also surprised. I'm also quite surprised that you all lost 3-0 and all this.
But are you enjoying it?
Enjoy it.
Yes.
Of course he's enjoying it. He's a bloody Man U fan. All right, let's move
We
on.
always enjoy your comedy acts last time and so on. Okay.
Yeah. The comedy has shifted over.
Yeah, over.
All right, that's Liverpool. What a difference a season makes. Part 2, Arsenal, aka potential title contenders. What do you think?
I think 8 points ahead. I think you must fancy them to I mean they've been surprising us all season, and this time right now 8 points ahead. Obviously you might think
Yes, they did very well since the start of this season, and
Yeah.
they are very consistent. So far, there's no any mistakes or major mistakes that make them drop. They are still up there till now, 18, 19 games.
I think a lot of people are comparing them to that Leicester side which won the league title in 2016. Coming
I
out
agree.
of nowhere.
I agree.
But because they have a very good form, and all the other teams are having bad
Correct.
form. And then so they feel that this situation is similar to the
Very similar.
Leicester
Similar,
City.
but you can't compare Arsenal to Leicester City.
Obviously,
Because Leicester City was a nobody's team back
completely
then.
left field.
Yeah. No, I take both of your points, but where I say there is a similarity to the Leicester syndrome, if you like, is what you said. That they're benefiting from the fact that their major rivals are going through a period of transition. Manchester United are, Liverpool certainly are, even Manchester City are, with the Haaland thing that they're still trying to gel.
Spurs.
Chelsea, of course, Spurs are in free fall. So they are benefiting from that. Where I agree with you is that Arteta has put together an extraordinary first 11. I mean, just fabulous. In Saka and Martinelli, they've got the best, most consistent wingers in the Premier League by far. And that fella up front, I can never pronounce his name, Nketiah, Eddie Nketiah, who's come in for Jesus.
Yeah.
Hasn't really missed Jesus,
And
Of
Martin Odegaard.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Partey as well in central midfield.
Yeah.
And Granit Xhaka has become... He was the Fred of Arsenal a few years ago. Xhaka was the Fred of Arsenal.
Now he's
Bit
the
of a joke.
linchpin.
Now he's a linchpin. But you said it there. Xhaka, Saka, Martinelli, Partey, Odegaard. That's the core, the spine of the side. Just like Leicester had. That core spine. If any one of those gets injured, that's the slight problem or the concern. They don't have the squad depth of City or even Man U. That's the only concern. But that aside, Gary Lineker called it this week. He said on Twitter, I'm declaring it, they can win the title. I have to agree, they can win the title. That's not me saying they will win the title. See that fence sitting there? See that fence sitting?
I'm agreeing as well.
You think they can?
Yeah, can.
Okay, I also saying they can win it, but I also feel that there's a bit of danger in winning it now.
Absolutely.
This season. Because you remember what happened to Leicester after they won the next season. Expectations are sky high, all changed for them. And then they
Come
flopped.
on.
Okay,
Do you think Leicester cares?
they don't care. Obviously, they don't care. But Arsenal fans, knowing them and how delusional they can be. But so the next year, the next season, they might say, since we won it, if they win it this season, next season they're gonna say, Champions League, and we're gonna retain the title and everything. Not quite yet, no. Not quite yet.
Go on. I'll wait.
All right, okay. Leicester City flopped the following season because they sell some of their main players.
True.
Yes, but I
Mahrez
believe
and,
Arsenal
Kante,
won't do the same, like selling Saka. Or
Correct.
this.
That's true.
Let me just work this argument out of yours. So, for the benefit of our listeners, what you are saying is it will be bad if Arsenal win the title this season. I've heard some theories in my time.
Will be so sky high that it will be unrealistic. The fans' expectation will be unrealistic.
So, Arsenal fans,
So,
according to
prove me wrong.
the Liverpool
They
expert,
are Liverpool fans. Huh?
if you win the title this season, it will be bad for you. So, don't win the title and you will be better
I'll get-
off. Is that the logic?
Be flamed. I'll be flamed. Thank you.
All comments could be directed towards Chia Keong. All right, bit of fun. They've got the big one this week, Man U against Arsenal. Let's have a prediction from each of us.
Oh, this can't be.
I'm going to make it easy. I
is-
actually think this will be a draw, which will be a fantastic result for Arsenal.
You?
All right, 2-1 for United.
Whoa! That's the first time he's animated. Okay, what about you?
I say because Arsenal at home, 1-0 to Arsenal.
But don't win
Mitigating
Arsenal.
all the Arsenal fans.
But don't
victory.
win Arsenal because it'll be bad. It'll be bad, according to him. But let us know what you think. Can Arsenal win the title? What will be the result this weekend? Send all your predictions and opinions too.
Yahoo Southeast Asia on YouTube, Yahoo SG, Yahoo_MY on Twitter, and Yahoo SEA on TikTok.
Fantastic. Thank you, Raymond, for coming in and talking all things Man U. And we will see you very soon to talk local football in part 2. See you there.
See you.